Oh, hey guys. Just gonna do a walk and talk thing for fun. This is my hobby. I mean, whatever. I don't even know if that's what it is, honestly. What's going on here? I'm doing a little investigating. Nothing, okay. Alright, anyway. So, just going for a walk. Going for a walk. There's plenty of space to walk, as you can see. I can just walk for miles in this endless sea of rocks, dirt, and sand. Yeah. Anyhow, all right. So, I'll do a little introduction to this video to kind of explain what I'm gonna be doing in this video. The wind is coming. Oh boy, the wind might be an issue. Where's the mic? Is the mic? Oh, the mic is, I don't know. Maybe if I walk in another direction, I'll go this way. No, this way? Yeah, that might help. All right, so we'll walk this way. Yeah. So I'll do a little introduction to this podcast. This is my Joe Rogan 4-hour daily podcast because I'm so talented. It's not like AstroTurf fake kind of bullshit, celebrity AstroTurf bullshit. I'm actually really, truly am talented. So, whatever. Anyway, so I watch Asmongold. I've been watching Asmongold lately, mostly just because it's like entertaining. But he makes good points a lot and stuff, and he also makes millions of dollars a year, doing his Asmongold channel, which is like whatever. I'll talk about rich people, share my views, but it doesn't matter. It's weird because, okay, this is something I've thought about, which is I'm kind of digressing. It's like, it's funny, a poor person can discover wealth, like that's not material, and like a person who in a material sense is poor can be like extremely wealthy, right? Like spiritually or whatever. And nobody wants to believe that. Everybody will be, oh, that's just bullshit. That's just some poor fucking loser, right? But if somebody just like some YouTuber becomes rich, nobody ever questions it. Everybody's like, oh yeah. Nobody ever says, yeah, I bet you that person just like it's based in nepotism. No, you never question when a person becomes material wealthy. You never question it. Like, yeah, you never challenge that idea that it's like, yeah, right. That person isn't really worth all that money. It's just some nepotism bullshit. They're just sucking some fucking executive cock behind the scenes. And then the payoff is that they get this like, prestigious, position where there's some internet influencer when really they just suck cock. Oh no, you never question the materially wealthy person because, oh no, they're materially wealthy. The only reason is because they're so awesome. They're so special. That's all it is. Without question, you don't question it. But like the idea that a poor person can be like spiritually fucking wealthy beyond measure compared to a person who has material wealth. Oh no, that never happens. That doesn't happen. That is just such a, oh my God, what a foolish idea, right? It's just so stupid, dude. Like, you know, I mean, I really have to say, like, I'm not the only one who is just so sick of all this retarded bullshit. But whatever, it never ends. We see it. It's just, it doesn't matter how stupid the bullshit is. It's just endless, dude. It never stops. It will never stop. And we know where all the bullshit's coming from, right? Right? We know why all this bullshit is constantly publicized in the so-called, market of ideas. Like, we all know why there's so much garbage all over mainstream media and so much fucking garbage in like all of these different aspects of our lives, with the economy, the fucking politics and government. We all know why it's all saturated by all of this retarded garbage. And no, it's not the fault of the homeless people, you know. It's not that the homeless people are causing this dilemma. It's not that the Jews are causing this dilemma. No, I think we all know, whether we want to admit it or not, you know, what's really going on, but that's okay. So anyway, so like, so lately I've been kind of farming my content off of these Asmongold videos that I watch, because you know, because that's just kind of, you know, when you look around and you try to find any kind of quality content that's being put out on any and all media, well, the pickings are slim. Are they not? You know, the majority will agree the pickings are slim if you're trying to find quality content on any media outlet, whether it be YouTube, whatever, BitChute, or mainstream media. There's so much garbage everywhere. And so, you know, but in the sea of garbage, you might find a channel that's kind of like, well, you know, I can watch that, I guess, you know, whatever. And it's kind of entertaining and you know, somewhat informational or whatever. So it's like, yeah, okay. So Asmongold is one of these channels where I'm like, recently I'm like, you know, this is kind of entertaining and whatever, you know. So I'm just kind of hanging out, watching it. And then I've been farming Asmongold content, you know, in my own way. Like, Asmongold will be talking about something, and then I'll want to share my insights on that particular thing, you know. So I'll just do a video talking about it without mentioning Asmongold. But anyways, one of the things that a good point that Asmongold made in one of these videos I watched more recently, is he was kind of talking about agendas, and he was critiquing a video, like an internet influencer who is, as he terms, crashing out, you know. And because she's like acting stupid and making these points that are like stupid and stuff, and so then he's like, no, the reason that people don't like your video is because you have an agenda, right? And then he started going into the idea, and then it got me thinking about, do I have an agenda? You know? And because, like, well, and so he kind of went into the idea of what it means to have an agenda, like be running a channel with an agenda, okay? And and he made sense in his explanation, but then it's kind of like the lines are a little blurred, because in reality, anybody doing a channel kind of does have an agenda. But so what his point though is that her agenda was based in dishonesty. Like, she's not being honest. And that's why he's saying she has an agenda. Whereas, you know, like, in comparison to somebody running a channel that's not trying to be dishonest, you know, they're just trying to be honest, you know. And but then, you know, so it's like, yeah, I get it. And so then I started kind of looking at myself like, fuck, do I fall into that category of like having an agenda? Or not so much that as like, could I be perceived as having one, you know? Because I know myself, you know. I know myself better than probably, I would say, most people, if not all people, you know, or I like to think I do anyways. And the other thing is, like, nobody is perfectly honest, you know. Everybody lies, you know. That's why I laugh, like, when people say, I don't lie. It's like, oh, well, there you are lying, you know. Everybody lies. Don't fucking bullshit a bullshitter, dude. Everybody lies, so don't say that. Don't be trying to bullshit me, dude. You know. But, you know, but in a general way, either people are generally honest or they're generally dishonest, you know. Nobody's perfectly honest, you know. But in a general way, there are people that are just generally honest, and then there are people that are generally not honest, right? And that's what Asmongold was saying, is like the person is not being honest in a general way. They're not being honest. That's what the agenda is. The person is using deceit and dishonesty to meet their own like self-interest. And that's what people don't like. That's what people don't like, that, you know. People don't like that, okay? But some people, it's harder to expose. Some people are kind of better at doing that than others. And Richie from Boston is a great example. Like, I don't know why more people haven't caught on that Richie from Boston has an agenda. Like, but you know, and I know of other people who would try to open, you know, others' eyes to Richie from Boston, and you know, it's just like, but Richie from Boston will just continue with his thing, and you know, whatever. And so, and you know, I've gone through that myself, where there were people that were like defending Richie from Boston, and I was like, dude, that guy's just or Owen Benjamin is another one. Holy shit, Owen Benjamin is such an obvious fucking con artist, like, piece of shit with just like this crazy agenda. He's fully agenda driven, you know. And it's all based in like self-serving motives. It has nothing to, you know, but then it's masked with this veil of how Owen Benjamin wants to do all this stuff for all these people. And if they just donate a bunch of money to him, then he'll buy all this land so that he can do all this stuff for all these people with the land, you know. But he needs people to donate money to him so he can get this big chunk of land. And then once he gets it, then he can use that land to do all this stuff for people. It's like, it's so, anyways, whatever. So I know I don't have any agenda like that. It's like, what? No. I've never, you know, I won't even accept. I've had people try to send me money, and I won't accept money on my channel. You know, I've had, you know, running my channel over these years, I've had people that liked my channel and would watch it and started like asking if they could, you know, send me money to support my channel. And I don't do that. And it's of no offense to any of those people that may have, you know, wanted to send money to support my channel. It's no offense to them. I just don't do that. Because part of the principle of my channel is that I don't, you know, and that's just me. That doesn't mean that everybody should do that, but that's just how I am, you know. But anyways, and that's just because that's what I want to do. That's the only reason, is because that's what I want to do, you know. I want to not use this channel to accept money. It's like, never, no way. Why? That's the beauty of running this channel. That's the whole point of it, is to not accept any money for doing this channel. That's what makes it funny and fun for me. Not that I would, you know, get a bunch of money if I tried using this channel. Not that I think that. But I'm telling you, I've had people trying to figure out how they can send me money. And for all you or I know, that could have been some billionaire that was ready to give me a fucking $1 million. And you can say, oh no. And yeah, maybe you're right, but maybe you're not. How do you know who the fuck that? I don't know who those people were that were trying to convince me to make it so that they could send me money for my channel. I don't know who those people are. I don't know how much money they were thinking of sending me. It could have been. It could have been they wanted to send me a fucking $5,000. You know, I don't know. But I didn't go into that, engage it, was like, well, how much money are you talking about? I just said, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. And I told them, take that money and go find some homeless person and give it to them. Those are my representatives. I have representatives on every major street corner of every major city nationwide. They're called homeless people. And so if you want to contribute to my channel, I have representatives of my channel fucking that span the nation, bro. And they're really easy to find. Just go to a major city and you'll see them. They're wearing tattered clothes. They have the hopelessness of despair omitting out of every part of their being. You can't miss them. And just give it the money to whatever it is you're thinking to give to me, just give it to them. Those are my representatives, and they'll get the money to where it needs to go. I guaranteed 100%, you know. You can trust me. I'm the angry fucking hobo, you know. But as far as that money coming to me, no, I'm good, bro. Just get it. It's easy to get it to where I got representatives everywhere. If you want to get that money, just get it to where it goes. That's where it goes. But anyway, so like my agenda, because like I said, everybody has it. Even Osmond Gold, this channel that I've been watching lately. I mean, everybody has an agenda. So like what his point was is that the honesty level. Like if I have an agenda but I'm honest, well, that's different, you know. And so in like Osmond Gold, by all appearances, you know, is generally honest. He's not like trying to pull some bullshit on people, you know, generally, that it appears. He just happens to make money. But it could be some nepotism shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But like I only watch it because it's entertaining, so I don't really care. Now, if it were ever to be like where it's like obvious that that's what's going on, then, you know, whatever. I mean, I could talk about it, but I only have 30 subscribers. It doesn't really matter whether I talk about it or not, you know, so it doesn't matter, you know. But no, I mean, but anyways, and I'm not really saying this to like, I don't really care, you know, about any of it, like whatever. I'm trying to be honest. I just watch him because it's funny and entertaining, and some of the content is like, you know, is thought-provoking and thoughtful and stuff. And there might be some other channels like that, you know, but I just, whatever. But anyway, so I farm content, and that's what this video is kind of like, just going into the idea of having an agenda. And like, because over the years, I've had people accuse me of having an agenda, you know. I mean, extreme. Like, I've had extreme accusations, like that I'm some kind of secret agent, you know, and that I'm a communist, and of course I'm a communist, and like all this stupid shit. But it's like, no, nope. I mean, not that I'm aware of. The thing is, well, I could go into my thoughts and views on communism. And, but see, if I start going into my thoughts and views on communism, well, then that opens the door for Democrats and liberals to call me a fascist, and which it doesn't matter. If I'm engaging in the Democrat liberal left circle, dude, without doubt, hands down, I am accused of being a fascist, a racist, etc., etc. And if I take those exact same views that I'm exchanging in the Democrat liberal left, and I take those same views and I go to the Republican right and stuff with exchange those same views with them, guess what the Republican right calls me? Exactly, a communist, right? So, and that just goes to show how fucking retarded everything is. It's just retarded. It's just like, I know you are, but what am I, Pee Wee Herman name-calling idiocy. I know you are, but what am I, you fascist? I know you are, but what am I, you communist? And I'm not exaggerating at all. I'll take my views, my own views, and go into a liberal left Democrat circle of people and start exchanging my views with others in discussion, and we'll get labeled a fascist, racist. Yet I will take those exact same views and stuff into a Republican right circle of people, and they will tell, hands down, every time, they will call me the opposite. They'll say I'm a communist, socialist, And again, that just goes to show. That should speak for something. That should tell you something about just like, what's happening. Yeah, so the liberal left accuses me of having a fascist, racist agenda. But the Republican right accuses me of having a communist, socialist agenda. Even though it's the same, I'm not changing up my views at all. I'm saying the same thing when I'm in the liberal left circle as I am when I'm in the Republican right circle. But yet, you see the contrast of difference in reaction? With them, I'm a fucking fascist racist. With the others, I'm a commie fucking socialist, When I'm saying the exact same thing, whether it's with the left or the right. Again, that should speak volumes of how retarded everything is. And also, that the point being is that they accuse me of having an agenda. My agenda is a fascist, racist agenda, and on the other hand, I'll be saying the exact same thing, and on the other side of the spectrum, they're accusing me that my agenda is a communist, socialist agenda. It's so stupid. So, do I have an agenda? If I did, what would my agenda be? And maybe that's why I kind of like Asmongold, is because I can relate with him in a lot of ways. Like when somebody accuses me of having an agenda, it's like, well, what is it? What is it? Am I a secret agent? I'm a Mossad agent. I'm CIA. I'm FBI. What is it? I'm a communist. I'm a fascist. I'm a racist. I'm a socialist. Like what? I just kind of speak my mind. That's it. I guess that would be my agenda, is to freely speak my mind. That's my agenda in a general way. And in a general way, I'm just trying to be honest, dude. That's it. That's all. And so, whatever. I've never accepted any money. I've already told you, and I've gone over this many times over the years in my videos, I don't accept money. I never have, and I'm not going to. So I've even claimed that if somebody can somehow get money to me through this channel, I will give you a crisp $100 bill. So if you can figure out how to get even a single penny to me through this channel, I have committed to this. This is the way my channel works. If you can get a penny or whatever you want, a dime, a nickel, to me through this channel, I'll give you $100 bill. And I'm dead serious. I am dead fucking serious. So that's my agenda. That's my agenda, is to mock all of this, is to mock the idea of making money doing videos. I mock it. And it's not to offend like people who would want to give money to my channel. It has nothing to do with mocking those people or anything. It's just, that's what I'm doing. Because that's what I want. And I stand by it. I will stand by that. If you can figure out how to get a fucking, even if it's just a penny, to me through my channel, I will give you a crisp $100 bill to the first person that can do that. There are one or two exceptions. Like Gypsy Fox can't do that. If Gypsy Fox comes and gives me a penny and then says, all right, and to collect it, no, you can't. That's cheating. It has to be done. You can't cheat in the process. See, and the reason I'm committing to this is because I know you can't. You can't. The only way you could get a penny into my hand through this channel is if you somehow cheated. So that's why I have no problem committing to that. I'll give you a $100 bill to the first person that can do that. And I'll do a video on it, and I'll introduce you to my big 30 subscribers, and I'll show it. I'll do in the video. I'll hand you the $100 bill, and we can just talk about it and be like, isn't that right? This is no fakery going on here. That's a real $100 bill, right? You've never met me before, right? Well, here's your $100 bill. I don't know how you got that penny in my hand, but I'm a man of my word. Just like the Joker. I'm a man of my word. But no, I don't really have an agenda. It's basically just to mock YouTube and BitChute and social media in general. That was the whole purpose of when I first started my channel, back in 2016, was to mock like YouTube. It was like, and I'm going to be honest with you. I like Richie from Boston was a great example of a channel that I saw back when I started using YouTube, and I was just blown away. I was like, how is this Richie from Boston guy have all these subscribers and stuff, like, and have all these fans? Like, Richie from Boston sucks, dude. Like, I mean, basically what it is like, I could do videos as good as Richie from Boston easily. And if I suck, well then, I mean, if you're going to use me as a measure, as a barometer to measure how good a person's channel is or isn't, well, by that measurement, Richie from Boston's videos fucking suck, dude. And they're worse than mine because he collects money. He'll gladly accept your money. And he won't even give you any credit, You could send him $1,000. He's not going to, like, mention you in a video. Especially if you're fat and ugly. If you're fat or if you're homeless. He doesn't want to associate your ugly ass with his channel because his channel's about making money. But see, that's what makes his channel suck is he claims that his channel isn't about making money. He claims that his channel is about bringing you the truth because the sky is falling and you really need to know. That's his whole shtick, and it's all bullshit. It's a lie. Like, the only reason he's doing his channel is for, money, property, and prestige. That's all. And so that's why I started a channel, is to mock all the different Richie from Bostons all over the internet, and just to mock them, and just to show them, like, dude, I can do videos as good as you and not have all this popularity and all this money coming in as a result. But yet how weird is that my content can be measured as this, basically in a general way, the same quality as yours. Like, there's nothing special about you. See, this is my agenda of running this channel, is to show that there's nothing special about any of these people. There's nothing more special about any of these people than there is about you and me. And that's the joke. That's the irony of the whole thing. See, because once you realize that everyone is special, well, then you realize that nobody's special. And once you realize all these things, then when you start to look at how they'll prop somebody up in front of you and tell you how special this person is, well, you already know the score. You already know that everybody's special. So who gives a fuck about this person, whoever it is, even if it's Asmongold, whoever it is, Richie from Boston, Asmongold, Trump, any of these people in the spotlight. There's nothing any more special about them than anyone else. Like a special agent, a special FBI agent, there's nothing special about that person. Don't you understand that? See, and this is the agenda of my channel, is to continually, repetitively go on and on for hours and hours, just saying the same thing over and over. There's nothing special about these people in the spotlight. There's nothing special about all these Hollywood celebrities. There's nothing special about all these rock stars. There's nothing special about all these internet influencers. There's nothing special about all these special CIA agents. There's nothing special about any of these people that are constantly being propped up in front of me and you, and while they're telling us how special these people are. The only reason they're doing that is to minimize you, is to continue to reinforce the idea that you are somehow not as special as everyone else, that you are somehow not as special as the celebrities, that you are somehow not as special as the politicians, that you are somehow not as special as the special CIA agents, that you are somehow not as special as any and all these people that are propped up in front of me and you and proclaim to be these special people. There's nothing any more special about any of them than there is you or I. So who cares about any of these fuckers? Who gives a fuck about any of them? That's what I'm saying. Like, when you realize that there is nobody any more special than anyone else, because we're all special in our own unique way. Once you realize this truth, it's like a universal truth. Well, then imagine realizing this. Imagine this were a universal truth and you realized it. And then you're constantly being like force-fed all these images of all these people and being preached at of look at how special these people are. I mean, it's obvious what's going on. It's all about control. It's all about power. They're just trying to minimize your power by putting these fake people in front of you and telling you how awesome these people are when they're not. Because when everyone is awesome, well, then nobody's awesome. And then once you realize that, then when you go, whether you're watching the news or you're watching, the trending and popular on YouTube and BitChute and Aussie, you realize, like, this is all just fucking gay, faggot, diuretic, fucking bullshit garbage. Because none of these people are any more special than anyone else. Like, you can go out into the world and interact with everyday people that are just as special as all of these fucking, and then you start to wonder about these people that are constantly being put in your face. It's like, are these people just scumfuck retards? Like, who fucking, I'm more interested in hearing everyday people voices than I am these scumfucks who are always in the fucking limelight. And we're all being preached that these people in the limelight are so special. It's like, fuck off. And that's what my channel, that's the agenda of my channel, is it's fucking gay. And so all my videos, in a general way, just continue to repeat the same thing. And this is why homelessness is so awesome. Like, homelessness is such a great example. It's like, no, imagine like what was like, wow, you know, you mean that the most popular influencer on the internet is no more special than a homeless bum eating out of a dumpster? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. That's my agenda. And I don't care if you believe it or not, because it's like if you know the truth about some particular thing, and then you encounter people that don't know it, who cares? Like I can try to tell them. I'd be like, oh, well, maybe you just innocently didn't know, and I try to tell you. I'm like, well, this is what the truth is about it. But if they don't want to hear it, why would I care? Like, the only person they're hurting is themselves if they don't want the truth. Like they're only hurting them. Like, I can only care so much about you know, some masochistic person who is obsessed with harming themselves. Like, I can say, hey, did you know that when you take that knife and you slice your wrist, that you're actually hurting yourself and you could die, you know? But beyond that, what can I do? Like if the person tells me to fuck off and mind my own business, it's like, okay, yeah, sure. All right, whatever. Have a good day. And that's it. I move on. I don't obsess over it and be like, how dare that person? I was trying to help them and they just told me to. It's like, dude, if that's okay, if you want to just keep hurting yourself, I mean, I did my due diligence. And beyond that, I don't have any responsibility beyond that. And so I just move on. And so, like, if you want to believe there's all these people that are so much more special than you, and then I'm trying to tell you, I'm like, dude, that's all bullshit. You're just being bullshitted. And then you get offended and you say, well, how dare you? How dare you? I know that Richie from Boston is super awesome. He is very special. It's like, well, I'm just trying to tell you that he ain't no more special than you or me or anyone else. Well, fuck you. I don't even, you know, and they start getting upset because they have some weird obsession with Richie from Boston. It's like, I don't move on. I'm like, okay, you believe whatever you want. Like, why would I care? Why would I care? Like, that's your business. That's your deal. I'm moving on. But see, that ain't going to stop me from doing my channel, right? And so, yeah, when you realize that everybody is special in their own unique way, well, then you realize that if everybody's special in their own unique way, well, then that's like the equivalent of that nobody being special, because everyone is. It's like, okay, and once you come to that, then you start seeing all these people like, oh, Richie from Boston or whoever, like all this hyped up faggot fucking hype bullshit. Then you see right through it, you know? And again, going back to homelessness is a perfect example. It's like all these homeless people, they're just as special and unique as some retard celebrity in Hollywood. Like you know, that's the truth. And so that's just what I do on my videos. And you know, I get more hate than anything else in doing so, because all these people want to believe that these celebrities are somehow more special than other people, and they want to believe all this shit. And it's like, what? Okay, you can believe that, but you're not going to shut me up. I'm going to keep talking. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch my channel. Like, fuck off. I'm serious. Like, what do you want? So your agenda is to convince me that some people are more special than others? Well, I mean, you can continue to try to do that, and I'll continue to view you as another useful idiot and a CIA stooge and a puppet, because that's all you are. And you can try to come around my channel and keep convincing me, oh no, there are some people that are just more special than others. And you're never going to convince me, you know? It's like, once you know the truth, you never look back. Once you know the truth, that's all there is. And somebody can try to convince you of some illusion, and it's like, dude, I already see through that illusion. Like, I'm years beyond that. Like that was like fucking 7th, 8th grade illusion bullshit that I moved past in the 7th or 8th grade. You know, all this popularity contest, you know, remember back in high school, it was all about popularity, right? Well, don't you notice that that's never changed? You know, and dude, like when I was going to school, I was one of those students that vehemently rejected the idea of popularity. You know, I mocked the popular people. Like my whole persona was back in like grade school and high school was my whole presence was about, you know, I was just against all of that. It's like, no, there is no person that's more special than anyone else. So, you know, fuck you. My whole life I've been that way. It was innate. I was born with it. I was born with that, to view the world that way. And I've never changed, you know, generally speaking. And so that's what my agenda is. That's what my videos are about. And every video, generally, you know, most every video, if not every video, it's always the same point, you know. It's just homelessness is a great, you know, dot connector. Homelessness is a great pattern recognizer. I mean, dude, I have had interactions with more homeless people than your average person by far. Like, I've had interpersonal relations with so many homeless people. Like, it's ridiculous. Hundreds, possibly even into over 1,000 and maybe even thousands of interpersonal relations with homeless people. And who can say that? Can your average person say that they've even had one conversation, one interpersonal interaction, true interpersonal interaction with the homeless people? How many can say they've even had one, let alone hundreds over the span of fucking, 30 years or something? So whatever. A person who has had one or maybe a handful of interpersonal relations with a homeless person in their life is going to have a hard time convincing me that they know more about interpersonal relations with homeless than me, who's had hundreds of them. It ain't going to happen. And you see these people all the time. Like, Tucker Carlson will go on his Tucker Carlson show talking as though he is the expert on homelessness. And you and I and everyone else knows Tucker Carlson has never even had a single interpersonal relation or interaction, genuine interaction with one homeless person in his entire life. Like, Tucker Carlson was born into wealth. Everybody knows all this. Yet Tucker Carlson has and will continue to go on to his show from time to time and talk as though he's the expert on everything homelessness, when in reality he is like the equivalent of clinically retarded in the entire subject and field of homelessness. You know, he's like retarded. And then people will listen to me and agree, and they'll be like, oh yeah, maybe you're right. You know, you probably are right that he's retarded in that regard. But who cares, you know? And so then I can go into that. I can entertain. It's like, okay, who cares? But if nobody cares about that, why should I or anybody care about anything? What is important? If that's not important, that even though Tucker Carlson is clinically retarded in regards to any and everything homelessness, even though that's the truth, he continues to act and talk as though he is the expert on it, and that's okay. No one should care about that. Well, if no one should care about that, what should people care about? Fauci, Jewish space lasers, Richie from Boston and the interdimensional being. Like, you see all this retarded shit that people are acting and talking as though me and you and everybody should really care about and take real serious. But as far as like Tucker Carlson continuously acting as like he is an expert on something that he is literally clinically retarded in, even though that's true, nobody should really care about that. So if I'll entertain your idea that nobody should care about that, and that's okay. But if I were to like roll the tape out on that and just kind of adopt that as my worldview, well, then I wouldn't care about anything. I would just be like, whatever. I don't care about anything. And one thing that I do know about myself is there are things that I actually really do care about. And so I will never adopt this stupid philosophy of just don't care about anything. I've seen people that adopt this who cares, don't care about anything philosophy. And you know what happened to them? Demon fucking possession. Believe it or not. A person that doesn't give a fuck about anything will fall. A person that just doesn't care about anything at all, that is the most stupid, most gullible person that is the most easy to possess. Literally possess. You could possess them. Literally and figuratively. It's just like that saying, if you don't believe in anything, if you don't believe in something, you'll fall for anything. So, see, and that's one thing, and it's of no virtue. I'm not patting myself on the back, but I just know about myself that there are certain things that I do care about, and there are certain things I do believe. And so that makes it harder for me to be duped by anything, where it's just like, oh yeah, Jewish space lasers are and then I'm just gonna jump right in and like, yeah, I think you're right, man. I'm seeing Jewish space lasers everywhere too, man. Like, no, I'm if I see them, then I will admit, I will concede. But until I see Jewish space lasers, I'm not going to concede to or it doesn't matter whether it's Jewish space lasers, invisible interdimensional beings, or whatever it is. If I'm not seeing it, and I'm not seeing any empirical evidence of it, well, then you're on your own. And you could have 100,000 followers that are all following you around, believing in your whole deal about invisible beings flying around, and you can have 100,000, you could have 1 million followers that all believe you. I don't care, because going back to the thing, I don't view people as more special than anyone else. Everyone's special in their own unique way. Therefore, like, to have this figure propped up in front of me with the idea and agenda of convincing me that that person is special, it means nothing to me. Because, yeah, that person is special like any and everyone else. So fucking what, okay? So what, okay? And so that's my agenda. And I've talked a lot. This will probably be my last video of the day, because I'm like, but anyways, this is the 4-hour Discount Joe Rogan podcast. Okay, see ya.